Now the ADOS family, they do a lot of research and they go into all kind of articles, news articles, and the history of ADOS, 16, 19, and uh, Reconstruction. They go through all this history, but they won't go beyond 16, 19 and see where these people came from. And why is these people American descendants of slaves? See, you can do all that research, but you can't go beyond 1619 and see what happened and where these people came from. You see, that's the significance. You can't keep talking about this group of slaves that's here in America, and you don't want to know who are these people. You just can't say, oh, these some slaves that came over here. We the slaves that came to America. That is the dumbest thing in the world. That is the dumbest thing in the world. Oh, we the people that started America. We came over here as slaves. We built America. Well, what? Who was you? Why did you come to America? And who the heck was you? Where did you come from? And why did you come from that place? What was you doing in that place? What was your name? What language was you speaking? Who was your peoples? You just don't talk about somebody owe you. You don't bring up a group of people and talk about them because somebody owe them money. Somebody owe us money. We built everything and we worked for free. For almost 400 years, we don't work for free, and these people owe us. That is you acting like a child. Because these people, then on the contrary, not just if you operating like that, and that's the whole narrative, but that ain't the narrative. The narrative is you doing all of this and you presenting all this research and doing all this researching now, but it's so much evidence telling you who these people are. It's in your face. It's in every city in America. It's on every corner in America. You see, because these so-called American descendants of slaves is in every city in America. The cities was built off these people and on these people's back. Free labor, picking cotton, picking tobacco. You see, building roads, chopping down trees, working in folk houses, building the slave plantation, building the White House. The city was built off these people. But you don't got enough sense, or you can't do enough research to go in and find out the details about these people and who were they and why did they come over here? What was the purpose of them coming over here? You see, that's the whole thing. Just because somebody over here and they being worked for free is one thing, but the big question is why. You see, that's the whole operation. Why is these people in America and they slaves? Why did they come over here in chains? And they didn't come over here. It wasn't just a small group of people. They acting like somebody stole 30 people and they brought them over here, and the people grew to be a large group of people, and they built everything. No, it wasn't no 30. People came over here by the millions. It was so many people. 1 million people died just on the trip over here. But they brought millions and millions of people for hundreds of years. It started way back in the 1400s. They bringing people. So these people want to be simple-minded. You acting simple. That's somebody simple. You know, if we talk about American history, and we go into the so-called heroes or the so-called leaders, Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these individuals that was leaders, and we go into their background and see what they did. You see, you doing research, but you can't go. You can even go into the history of the slave when they first got here. What's the guy? Singleton. They called him Paps. He called his group Exodusters, pretty much saying that they was going on the exodus from slavery, and they was moving to Kansas state, because Kansas was a free state, and they was saying they was Israelites. Then you can go to what's the guy name? They had a bounty on his head, and it was in the 1800s. He was saying he was Israelites. So it's multiple people that was saying that they were Israelites. Then you had people, they found a guy in the newspaper. He was a slave, and he was speaking Paleo-Hebrew. So how in the world these people speaking Hebrew, they right there in South Carolina or North Carolina, one of them, South Carolina, North Carolina, they write in Paleo-Hebrew on the church bench, on the benches of the church. They singing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." Take us back to the River Jordan. They gonna take us back home by the River Jordan. Why is these slaves talking about this stuff? Ain't nothing in that Bible talking about all people come from the River Jordan. You know, why they want to go back to the River Jordan? Why they want to go back to the Nile River? You see, if they just over there hanging off in Africa and all over anywhere in Africa, why you want to go to the Jordan River? Why you talking about sweet chariots, which the Bible talk about the children of Israel being delivered by chariots, being rescued by chariots? And how in the world you come out with these people are just slaves? We don't know where they came from. We don't care about where they came from and what kind of situation they was in before they was brought over here in chains. We just care about it. They built America, and this is our country, and we want these people that's over here with us, that's got us under them as they second-class citizens, and we want the money from them people. We want them people to make us equal to them. You see? That's a simple-minded person. You don't want to know why your peoples came over here. You don't want to know where they came from. You simple. You is simple. You don't want to know why. You got a simple individual, and you complaining, and you got all kind of strategies and hoping for all kind of things when you don't even know why these people came over here. You don't even know who these people are. You just talking about they slaves. And you believing and regurgitating the crap that a slave master told you. Like he supposed to tell you, oh, this is where we got you these people from. We got them from this area, and these who the people was. Them people, most of the slave masters died in the Civil War any dang on way. And the government not finna tell you nothing, but guess what? Singleton Paps in 1880, the Congress talked to that man and told that man, don't you take them people over there talking about they some Israelites. They was researching that, man, in 1880. The Congress was doing that of America. And he was telling them, we are the Israelites, and we finna go over here and start our whole nation over here in Kansas, the free state for the slaves. Where John Brown and all them people was hanging at, him and his sons. We gonna go over there. Prosser. What's the guy named Prosser? His last name is Prosser. I can't get the first name. But he, way in the 1790s, was saying, we Israelites, I read the Bible, we Israelites. We the only people that fit the description. Now, the reason he could say this with confidence, I'm at 10 minutes, when you go to the Bible. That's the only book that was being read around that time. Ain't no other. You can go back into history, do your research. The Bible was the most read book and most used book worldwide. It was no literature floating around that people was using. They was using the Bible. Now, when you go into the book of Daniel, you go into the book of Daniel, and you go into the 9th chapter, 11th verse, it's telling you about the children of Israel. It say, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us in the oath that is written in the law of Moses. It was an oath that these people had. In the law of Moses, and the servant of God, because we have sinned against him, and he has confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. No other nation went into these curses that we went into. And what is the curses? When you go to Deuteronomy 28:68, tell you straight up what happened to these people. This is the oath that they had with the Most High God, this nation. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into slavery. Egypt do not mean no stinking place. Egypt is a Greek word. The Greeks put that in there, and this was written in Hebrew. The Hebrew mean bondage. We gonna take you back into bondage again with ships, because Egypt represented bondage, because they was in bondage in Egypt for 400 years. You see? And it say, by the way thereof I spoke unto thee, thou shalt not see it no more again. So they weren't going back to their homeland. It was a promise and an oath that you not going back to your homeland if you disobey me. And you shall be sold unto your enemies for a slave man and slave woman, and no man shall buy you or save you from the situation. No man is going, once you get sold to them enemies, ain't nobody coming and say, hey, enemies, I want to buy them people back. Hey, American government, I want to buy them people back. I want to give reparations for them people. Ain't nobody coming to do that. And ain't no time, no man gonna say, oh, we need reparations for them people. We need y'all to pay these people their money so they can hit the road and go do what they want to do. You see, that's not gonna happen, because the oath with the Almighty God, the creator of all things, was made with these people. That's why they came to the country with chains on, because they made him angry and he brought a great evil upon them. That's why you got to know who these people was, where they came from, why they came over here in chains. Now, oh, we came over here in chains and we worked and built everything and these people didn't pay us. We need reparations. Come on, man. You can't be that simple. You can't be that simple. I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Ba'ashem, Rikah, Kadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Death to America. Death to these red dragons. And only the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, was put into slavery as a nation. Nobody else. And so that's, and especially on slave ships. So it's so easy to know who these people are, and it's not a rock. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to find this out. And these individuals either are agents or they just plain hate God or something. But I'm gonna leave it there. Shalom.